Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boost Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. You know, in order to fix a problem, you first have to recognize that there is a problem. You can't fix something if you don't know that there's a problem. So that's the first step in remedying problems that you have. And the Cowboys need to recognize that there is a culture problem, and it actually starts from the top and goes down. As I was coming down the road and listening to different things, I was hearing about Payton Hindershot, who, you know, he's been here and he's now gone to Kansas City. And we've heard several people who have been former Cowboy players that have gone on and said that it's a lot different when you go elsewhere, that the focus is football and winning football games. So you start thinking about that and you say, okay, what can we do about that? Well, you got to change how you're doing things, and that starts from the top and goes down. When the organization, when Jerry Jones basically undermines the coaching staff, or, you know, tells you we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then he doesn't follow through, well, that's kind of like, you know, okay, if the owner doesn't follow through, then why do I got to follow through? But let's listen to Payton Hindershot in the interview and see if he's really throwing shade at us or if it was taken out of context. I haven't heard all of it. I've just gotten the clips. And you know how a lot of this works is you can take a little bits and pieces of something and it sounds a lot worse than what it's actually meant. And it's the got you moment. But then when you actually hear the whole interview, then it's like, okay, I see where they're going here. It wasn't necessarily trying to throw shade. So let's listen in.
And in my experience, not every team is covered like the Cowboys. It's a little different being here, going for a three-peat as a franchise, whatever. But do you think that it's different? People talk about the tours and all that kind of crap.
I would just say, like, the difference between Dallas, I told them this last night, this isn't throwing no strays or nothing, but, like, I just feel like when I came to Kansas City, and, like, my first experience in the NFL was the Cowboys. Right. So that's all I knew. I just feel like here it is strictly just football and winning. Nothing else but just football and winning. And I feel like with the Cowboys, it's a little bit more of like the public image and, you know what I'm saying, just the extracurriculars that come with it too. And here, just let's just win football.
Okay, so you heard that, right? He said the difference being is, you know, and I don't think he was trying to throw shade on the Cowboys. I don't think he was trying to belittle us and say we suck or anything like that. I think what he was trying to say is it's different here. We don't have to worry about the tours at the Stars while we're working out, so to speak. That's one aspect that you can put into it, because that is a thing that literally $45 you can go through. You'll go through the cafeteria where the players may be eating. You'll go through and you can knock on the glass, you know, like it's a goldfish bowl while they're lifting weights. I know at one point when they first opened up the rehab facility that you could get a membership there to be able to work out with the guys that are rehabbing and so on. And so this openness, which is great for the fans, so you can get a taste of the inner workings of the Cowboys, is part of the sale of the Dallas Cowboys and marketing it, you know, where you can go through. Other teams, you don't have so much access. You don't have, for example, every practice at training camp just about is open. It's open. You can go Oxnard. Everybody can go with their cell phone and camera and things. You just can't have a tripod. But you can go in there. You can film. You're going to go ahead and put it on social media and stuff. You're going to meet the players every single day. Other teams, they got a certain couple of days that you can come and work out because they're there practicing. They're not worried about, you know, the VIP section. Make sure you guys sign autographs. That you got the little mini mic and things that, you know, you're asking the players little, you know, mindless minutia questions and things. But let's go on a little further.
And that's our thing. That it feels like winning is is a priority, just not the priority sometimes.
Yeah. It's just not as paramount as I think here. Like here, I'm telling you, like I've never heard anything but football and about what we're trying to do. And you know, when you're in Dallas, sometimes it's about the signings and the pictures and the events, and you know what I'm saying. It's just, and I'm just a small town kid from Indiana, so it's good to be like back in that type of environment. And
Midwest town, the vibes are comfortable, and I think it makes a week like this, where it is crazy, makes it easier for you to lock back in.
That's how I told him last time too. I said the thing that I cherish most, not most, but a couple things that helped me from being on the Cowboys was the atmosphere. Like you just said, I come to this event, Super Bowl or whatever, and I'm not really that anxious or nervous. Just when you play for the Cowboys, it's already to that high of a magnitude and blowing up.
Think about that for a second. Oh my God, that's he's saying because of the microscope and the being there with the Cowboys and in the mecca that is AT&T Stadium and all of the stuff that goes on there and being watched, that being at the Super Bowl, it's like, meh, it's nothing. Think about that for a second. This is the pinnacle of what you do in football, and this pales in comparison to what everyday Sunday is for the Cowboys.
And then the D-line, going against Micah, D-Law, all them. It's just like, so when you go up against any of these other guys in the league, I was going against them every day in practice, the best of the best. So you're just ready to go out there and compete at that level.
So, and if you heard him with the other part of that is working out with the Cowboys with D-Law and working out against Micah Parsons, of course, was beneficial for him because you're working out with some of the best, and that is a true statement. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and if you have to face the best every single day, you're a lot. When you're playing lesser talent on a regular basis, it's a lot easier. And so I don't think that this interview, you know, hearing him being one, the questions being led to him. It wasn't like he came out and said, hey, you know, it's so much better playing in Kansas City here because everybody's focusing on football and the Cowboys organization sucks. That's not how it was presented. The guy literally said, what is the difference of being here, knowing that, you know, you've got the tours that are going on and so on. And so you're kind of put in a no-win situation when you're asked the questions that way, that they're leading questions to go through. Now, with that being said, though, we need to take note of the message, whether it was meant in malice or not. You want to go ahead and understand that that's one of the problems with the Cowboys is it's about marketing more than anything else. That is first and foremost. The autograph signings that you got to do, the tours where you got to say, hey, okay, I'm lifting weights and stuff. Hey, people, how are you doing? You know, that this open access does take away. And as much as, you know, the players got, you know, basically poo-pooed by Jerry Jones saying, well, you know, I'm glad they're talking about it and it's a distraction on ESPN because it'll be more tours that'll be sold. Okay, so we're not going to try and fix a problem. We're just happy that we're making more money off the problem. And that's the culture problem that we have. I don't see that changing because, you know, whether or not the Cowboys decide to sign some players and things like that, it's still going to be, we're about the money. It's always about the money with the Dallas Cowboys. So there you have it. As always, good people, I appreciate you, and let's take this as a learning moment. I hope that the Joneses are listening to players of yours that are doing great things and take a note and try and learn from it. Have a good day, people. Peace out.